With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening and welcome back once again, race fans, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 kicks off here tonight at Daytona International Super Speedway. That's right, this triple threat coming at you on the high banks here at Daytona International Super Speedway. You heard it right, triple threat. 3 separate NASCAR classes. We've got the trucks, the Xfinity cars, as well as Cup cars, all out there on track all season long. How you doing? How you feeling out there, race fans? Darkside Dave in the Cave here, bringing you all the calls from the track. Looks like all of the drivers already laying down their qualifying times here in this 10-minute qualifying session. So we'll go ahead and get to some official business. Throw up a little bit of the race information for you. There you see it. Good old, if you don't know by now, I don't know where you've been, maybe under a rock, possibly underneath a turtle shell. Daytona International Super Speedway, 2.5 mile super speedway down here in sunny Daytona. That's right, 68 degrees here, cool breeze coming off of the ocean here tonight. Under the lights, track temperature 7 degrees. Looks like it's going to be fast out there tonight on the track, and we'll run down some of your qualifying order for you before we get to set sail and head off trackside for your national anthem. So we'll go ahead, run down a little bit of your qualifying information for you right now. There you see it on a screen. Taking that pole position, quick time, Luke Smith, driver of this. He's actually in a Cup car. Looking down through the list, yes, indeed, Luke Smith, Cup car driver. Not a big surprise here. Cup car's a little bit faster, a little bit more horsepower, so able to get it wound up. Snatch the pole award here tonight. We'll have to wait to see how the starting grid all shakes out as far as what drivers are where. Looks like Brandon Shirley, he's making a good showing right there as well. Final few seconds remaining here as we get set to head down trackside for their national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with your starting lineup for tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Back trackside as the field hits the starting grid. Ford Mustang pace car gonna begin to roll off. You know what that means, race fans. It's time for some green flag racing action. Ooh, looks like we've got a little bit of hiccups, a little bit of issues here going on. Let's see if we can't fix that situation here. See if we can't figure out what's going on here with the background right there. Looks like we've got a little things to work out on our end here tonight. 39 drivers in the field here tonight for the Ackerman Aviation Group. 1.5, that's right, 1.5, that's 85 minutes around the high banks here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Things trying to get calmed down there on the screen. Looks like there, some of it beginning to fix itself out, starting to smooth itself on down. We'll see if we can't get this all fixed up for you here as the Ford Mustang pace car ducks off. We're set to go back. Green flag racing. There you see it. Green flag in the air for the first time here tonight at Daytona International Super Speedway in the Split Decisions Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Down on the bottom side, your race leader, your pole sitter, Luke Smith, continues to lead the field. Dominated up at the front, no surprise, all by Cup car drivers. There you can see trucks about back in the back. You find those Xfinity drivers right there in between, some of them hanging on to this lead pack here. We'll continue to try to work things out in the background, try to see if we can bring back some of the graphics and information for you here in just a moment. But we'll continue green flag racing here at Daytona International Super Speedway. First laps in the books here for season 2021. These split decision drivers are going to have to make a lot of split decisions throughout the season, as you can already see a gap beginning to develop between the drivers on track, the classes on track, I should say. Most of this lead pack right here are your Cup Series drivers. Continuing to try to work on the overlays in the background for you. Try to get those graphics brought back up if we can. Trying to figure out we'll continue to watch this lead pack as the 38 machine begins to fall to the back of the field on the high side. Pack all being made up of your Cup Series drivers. Still continuing to try to work things out on the back end to bring you some of the race graphics. Race fans, we do apologize for the technical issues here at the track. It was a little damp earlier in the night, so things may have gotten a little wet. Maybe something not plugged in all the way to now almost 3 wide racing at the front of this field as we continue around Daytona International Super Speedway. Your lead pack all consisting of Cup car drivers as they close in on the back end of one of these Truck Series drivers that has lost the pack, and he has lost a lap. 40 minutes into tonight's race, we will get an admin caution, a stage break, if you will, a chance for these drivers to reset, reload, and then we'll fire things back off once again for the final half of tonight's race. We continue green flag racing out here. 33 out on the outside, trying to make that high side work, trying to make his way up and around for the race lead. see if we got things fixed, and it looks like still having a little bit of hang-ups. We'll see if we can't get that fixed here. One more shot at a few things. It might take care of itself. We'll have to wait and see if it all plays out the way that I think this fix is going to go. Nonetheless, drivers at the front of the field still being made up of those Cup Series drivers here in the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Big field here tonight, upwards of 39 drivers making it to the track here tonight to begin the season. Hot and heavy battle at the front of the field, too wide at times through turns 1 and 2. Seems like still having a few of those glitches, a few of those issues. We'll try to get that all fixed up, figured out still. Working on things in the background, back in the production booth. We'll see if we can't get it all fixed up here in just a moment for you. Trying to iron through these issues. We do appreciate you sticking with us, staying here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, trying to get it all worked out, trying to get all of the bugs fixed, seeing if we can't switch around to maybe a possibly different camera. Maybe that would help. Trying to work our way through it. Do apologize. Back riding with the second pack in tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5 here for Split Decisions Racing. Turtle Shells Triple Thread 2020. The Xfinity drivers. There you see them just in front of these Truck Series drivers. The truck's able to group up, stay with this pack of Xfinity drivers. Your Cup car class well ahead of this much bigger pack back here running, and that just goes to show you, just because you've got the numbers doesn't mean that's going to translate into having the speed. But I can assure you the racing is just as hot and heavy back here through the field as it is at the front. Do want to take a moment to thank tonight's sponsor, Ackerman Aviation Group, as well as season sponsor Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker throwing in some great prizes here for your top 3 drivers at the end of the season. And no, not just your top 3 drivers, but your top 3 drivers in each one of your classes. So your top 3 in the Cup cars, Xfinity cars, as well as those Gander Mountain RV trucks. All gonna be eligible to get a prize from Butt Kicker, so a lot on the line very early in the season, very early in tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. We continue green flag racing. No issues on track for any of the drivers so far. Looks like a few trucks right now starting to trickle off of this lead pack. Side-by-side racing at the front of this pack. There are about a good 10 to 15 seconds behind your lead pack, all consisting of Cup Series drivers here in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2020 Series. 2021, see, I still want to be in last year because I don't know. 23 digging on the bottom, little bit of a gap back to his help. There you can see the 92 stacked up just behind, running in that third position down on the bottom lane. The 84 trying to get to the back of that 23. Looking a little bit squirrely going down the back stretch, tucked up in the draft. Look at those Camaros on the high side, though. Big run on the high side for the driver in the 96 as well as the 1. Both of those drivers with a big run, but that inside lane gonna accordion itself right on back. And still, some of those issues on the track with the cars and the cameras. Will go back to your Cup Series drivers now as they begin to work their way into some traffic. Already beginning to catch up to the tail end of this field, so multiple drivers going to begin to fall down one lap very early here in the Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. Big, massive pile up. A lot of drivers involved in this one. Oh my goodness, the 22 involved, multiple classes involved in this one. Xfinity Series drivers, Truck Series drivers, as well as Cup drivers, all called up and involved in your latest incident here at Daytona International Super Speedway. And as we find ourselves with a big time wreck here, I believe we will find ourselves under caution. And indeed, caution flag flies here. Field gonna come to a crawl back behind the Ford Mustang pace car. This couldn't come at a better time for some of these Truck Series drivers, as well as some of these Xfinity Series drivers just falling off of the lead lap. That's gonna be their Christmas gift, if you will, a late Christmas gift at that, but still a gift to get back onto the lead lap. But unfortunately, multiple drivers in multiple different classes and series here tonight involved in this big wreck at Daytona International Super Speedway. So as the field makes its way back up to behind the pace car, we will break away for just a brief commercial break, see if we can't sort out some of these issues, and we'll be right back with all your green flag action live here from Daytona International Super Speedway.
I think you wanted the best. You got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Clapman is gonna touch in. Pit crash sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6
online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back track side here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Sorry about the long extended commercial break there. Trying to go through all the technical things that we can here in the background. Thanks for sticking it out with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. As always, Darkside Dave in the cave bringing you all the calls, and it looks like we may just... do apologize about that one. We may just have this all figured out. We may just have it all worked out. Let's see if we were successful in all our attempts here in the production booth. And look at that. There you have it up on screen. Your running order in tonight's race. Do apologize once again, race fans, for all of the technical glitches and issues at the start of tonight's race, but soldiering on as we always do, let's give you a little bit of hot information on tonight's race. There you see it, the man at the top of the field, Joshua Searcy, right in front of Harley Beretta. There he is, Beretta taking the outside, now gonna take that top spot away. Big push out of the four of Jason Chambers. Chambers now going to get left high and dry out there on that high lane. He's got a few drivers with him just behind there. You can see that 24 of being piloted by Joshua Searcy. All these drivers, Cup car drivers, we seen a big time wreck before we left for our brief commercial break, and we continue green flag racing once again here tonight. 26 laps on the board for these Cup Series drivers. We do have a handful of drivers still being scored a lap down already. Looks like your top 18 all still on the lead lap. So I would venture to say, race fans, we've got some of those Truck Series drivers, some of those Xfinity Series drivers being shown down a lap. We'll continue to watch this entire field out here on the track as beginning to work through some back markers. Ryan Johnson, as well as I believe that is Jonathan Cross, that is going to fall off of the lead lap as your top three beginning to step away from the field a little bit. Check this driver out right here, up 20 spots from where he started tonight's race. Tyler Rush getting the job done so far here tonight, running right there in that fourth position, driver of that 27 machine. We'll see who else we've got out here on track. Mike Taylor, there you can see him right there inside his Xfinity car, getting the job done. He's got a truck in tow with him. So two Xfinity cars, and then you've got a truck right there tucked in. So those three vehicles going to try to gain some ground along a ways in front of Ridgeway, or long ways behind Ridgeway, I should say, for this field to make up the ground. Looks like they're going to close in within a half a lap. There it is, closing in on the wounded truck. Going to look to the inside, make the pass, no problem. Back at the front of the field where the battle is hot and heavy. Your top four drivers all making their way around some back markers on the high side. We continue this long green flag run. There you can see it, the countdown on the top of the screen, just about 20 minutes away from tonight's stage break, caution break, reset, if you will. And a few of these drivers out here on track tonight can definitely use that at this point in time. 15 drivers left on the lead lap, so a lot of drivers going to benefit from that reset caution, if you will. And a lot of these drivers may very well just have to use that one and only fast repairs. Few of them may have already had to do so here after that early big one for tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. That's right, 1.5, because it is 85 minutes long here tonight. Endurance style racing here for Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Laps don't matter. It's all about how long can you run, can you bring your machine home after a solid 1.5 hours of racing. Drivers going to be mixing it up all season long here in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Your Cup Series drivers rundown: Luke Smith, Chase Berry, Brandon Shirley, Jason Chambers, Harley Beretta, Lucas Gortman, as well as Ryan Johnson, Thomas Ridgway, Josh Searcy, Tyler Rush, John Nichols, Jim Coleman'sberger, as well as Dave Gilbert, Chris Wheeler. All those drivers, Cup Series drivers. Most of those drivers are the drivers at the front of the field. To no surprise, these Cup cars much faster, have a little bit more horsepower, able to get around this 2.5 mile super speedway a little bit quicker. So we'll run down some of your Xfinity Series drivers here: Mike Taylor, as well as Larry Ashley, Michael Smith, Nate Johnson, Thomas Myers, Bill Percy, Kevin Bernheimer, Andy Turner, as well as Jason Lotrich and Cullen Johnson. Small group of Xfinity drivers here in the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. A lot more trucks out there on track, or maybe not out there on track tonight, but a lot of trucks in the league. Vinny Tabby, as well as Jacob Hurst, Bill Berg, Regan Ford, Patrick Anderson, Jeff Ramsell, Mark Ackerman, Elijah Travis, Stephen Fish, Thomas Albert, Joel Harriman, Cody Parker, Michael Ayward, Brandon Shaver, Greg Deach, Jim Atkins, also Truck Series driver here in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat. And we've got drivers heading to pit road. There you can see Mike Taylor, William Percy bringing their machines down pit road. Pitting from inside the top 10. They're going to lose a little bit of ground. We'll jump back up here with the front of the field being led by Harley Barletta. Has control of the race now. Drivers getting a little bit squirrely here, as we've got Cup drivers with Xfinity drivers here in this lead pack. Looks like a Chevy dominant front of the field. Your top 6 drivers all from the Chevy manufacturer. You got to go all the way back to 7th and 8th to get your first Fords, and no Toyotas out there on track tonight. So Toyota, a no-show at the Great American Race. Daytona International Super Speedway race number 1 for season 2021 for the SDR Triple Threat. And you know, race fans, gonna look a little bit further down through the season, down through the schedule. We have a few road courses that's gonna bring a few different issues into play. Drivers not gonna be able to navigate. Oh, it looks like more trucks, more cars coming to pit road this time by. We've seen a few break away down to the apron on the front stretch that time by. And it looks like everybody actually not coming to pit road there. Just a big time moment. We had 2 cars down heading towards the apron, heading towards pit road, heading towards that inside wall. They were able to catch it, keep it headed in the right direction. So we'll continue under the green flag conditions here tonight. And as I was saying, a prelude to the road courses, these drivers are not going to be able to navigate through the traffic nearly as easy as they are able to navigate through the traffic here tonight at Daytona International Superspeedway. The horsepower, the draft, a huge benefactor to all of these Cup Series drivers right here at the front of the field. We'll run down your top 10 as they are on track right there on screen. Man, at the front, Harley Barletta getting the job done out there tonight so far. Heck of a job. Your race leader has led the past a few laps here tonight, and he'll continue to lead under green flag here from Daytona International Superspeedway. We'll see a little bit of driver information about the man sitting right there in the second position. There you can find Joshua Susi in his 24 machine. Just behind them, Jason Chambers sitting in the third spot, number 4, looking pretty smooth here tonight. 4th place, Tyler Turtle Rush, and that 27 machine getting the job done. Just inside the top 5 and rounding out your top 5, Lucas Gortman. Staying tucked in right with them. There you can find James Coleman'sberger in the 11 machine, running in the 6th spot. Dave Gilbert in the 7. That's going to round out your top 7. That is a 7-car break away from the field. Big time gap back to the man right here running in the 8th spot, about 7 seconds behind your race leader, driver of the 85 Ford, Brendan Shirley. Just behind Shirley right there running with him, Chris Wheeler. Last driver in your top 10. There you have him right there on screen. The 33 of Thomas Ridgway. Time clicking off on the race here tonight, rolling down the final seconds here. 52 minutes now remaining in tonight's Ackerman Aviation 1.5. Next few laps, we may very well just see that competition caution flag fly here tonight. Field gonna come to a slow. Hit the reset button, hit the recall button if you will, and get set to fire back on off for the remainder of tonight's race. Keeping an eye on the lap count, just curiosity as far as how many laps these Cup car drivers, this field of drivers, are going to be able to lay down here tonight in the 1.5 hours that we run here tonight in the Split Decisions Racing Triple Threat 2021. Back at the front of the field, nose to tail, this 7-car breakaway. Not getting too racy, not getting too pushy. Very happy and content where they are, knowing that in the next few minutes we will see that competition caution fly. So they're just happy to run where they are. There you see the 6 machine now falling yet another lap down here tonight. Multiple drivers, multiple laps down here. And with that stage break, that reset break, few drivers may elect to get the wave around, may be able to get one of their many laps back. There you see driver sitting in the 18th position in the 56 truck. Mike Taylor, first car, 2 laps down here tonight. And now a little bit of a push. That DuPont 24 machine piloted by Joshua Susi pushing right now, trying to make a break. Gonna check in a little bit further through the field. We do have some battles on track to mention. We can check in with this one right here. Richard Mueller as well as Kayla McCarthy, Jonathan Cross right here, all battling for position, all nose to tail down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. All these drivers trying to get all that they can on the track here tonight. We'll watch them as they work their way through 3 and 4 and back through the tri-oval. And there you see drivers coming to pit road once again. Thomas Ridgway heading down pit road. He's going to get some service on his machine. Trying to watch as all of this battle unfolds back to the front of the field. Your race leader not very far behind the battle we were watching on screen there. Now another big push out of that 24 on the back of Barletta. And now we've got a 3-car breakaway. Smoke in front of the field. Drivers ducking down onto the apron. Looks like we may have had an engine pop in one of those top runners. Jason Chambers gonna duck to pit road. He's gonna get some fuel, some fresh tires, as now we've got a 2-car breakaway. Barletta and Susie have been able to step away from Tyler Rush as well as Lucas Gortman. James Coleman'sberger rounds out your top 5. Dave Gilbert right there in 6th. Brandon Shirley running in 7th. Chris Wheeler in 8th. Back almost, over a lap back. Thomas Myers right there running in the 11th position. 77 machine looking to try to make up some time as your race leaders hit pit road. Barletta, Susie, Rush, Gortman all to pit road. Coleman'sberger, Gilbert also gonna head down to pit road. Brandon Shirley now gonna assume the race lead. He'll have Chris Wheeler right there tucked up in behind him. We'll look at these two drivers as we very well may see them duck to pit road this time by, and that's going to vote well. Oh my goodness, big time block. Drivers gotta make some evasive maneuvers off of turn number 4. They're gonna go around the back markers, split them. That could have ended pretty bad. Wheeler suffered the most right there, and drivers down on the apron trying to get themselves back to pit road. Look at that being pushed there. That's some dedication to your teammates as your race leaders both break off, both come to pit road. We'll jump back here with Tyler Rush as it looks like he may very well inherit the race lead here. There you see those two trucks pushing each other back to pit road, just trying to get there to hit that reset button. Tyler Rush, yes indeed, makes his way through the tri-oval back into turn number 1, and he'll take over the race lead. Harley Barletta right there now in 2nd. Jason Chambers, first driver to break away for pit road. He's going to gain a spot or two, now up into the 3rd spot. And if you're Rush, you got to be careful here. He is out there quite a bit by himself. A 4-second gap, as a matter of fact, right now for Tyler Rush, so separating himself from the field. And it looks like a fuel-only stop for Rush. Next fuel-only stop back in the pack. Driver sitting in that 7 machine in the 6th position on track. Dave Gilbert, second driver to take just fuel only. And caution flag gonna fly, and that may have been why the strategy was called there. Down in that 27 pit, Tyler Rush snagging the race lead with fuel only. Your stage caution coming out right here with, we'll look at that one more time, 48 laps in the books here tonight as we have reached the halfway point. Field gonna catch up to the back of the Ford Mustang pace car. Driver's gonna be receiving some waiver rounds here tonight. Multiple cars gonna enjoy or appreciate this caution flag flying at the time it did. Multiple drivers are gonna be able to get themselves back onto the lead lap. Multiple drivers gonna be able to use that fast repair, fix up a little bit of damage. So we'll see who the biggest benefactor of this stage break will be. And I mean, my personal opinion right now, race fans, is going to be the driver in that 27 machine, Tyler Rush. He's going to be able to come down pit road right here if the drivers come with him, that is. And he may very well be able to keep himself up inside the top 3, up inside the top spot. Will his crew be on it here as they all come to pit road? I say as they all. But it looks like we may have one driver staying out. Harley Barletta, there you see him, driver of that 81 machine, gonna stay out on the track, as well as Thomas Myers. Brandon Youngman also staying out on track. Jason Lottridge on track. So as these drivers receive the wave rounds, receive the lucky dogs, will allow the race officials to do what they do. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, and I do mean brief commercial break this time to do what we do. Do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight, for sticking it out, staying with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. And we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Backtrack side as promised. And as I alluded to before, we took our commercial break. Multiple drivers benefiting from this stage break just at the halfway point in tonight's race. We were down to just about 10 cars left on the lead lap. Now we've got a total of 20 drivers out there on the lead lap. 39 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got, it looks like 34 drivers still out there on track. So losing 5 drivers here tonight after some early issues. A few drivers having some late issues right around the halfway point, and it looks like we may have some drivers still receiving some wave around, so field gonna get that sorted out still. There you see some of these Truck Series drivers getting an extra wave around, being able to catch back up to their respective class in the field. Field stays under caution. Harley Barletta will take over the race lead once again after staying out here in the stage break, electing not to come to pit road. He was on pit road just a handful of laps before that caution flag flew, so he elected to stay out. Gonna stick with his original race strategy. And it looks like the field will go around at least one more time. Pace car lights coming back on that Ford Mustang pace car. And there you see it on the top left end of your screen, race fans. The time is ticking on away. 35 minutes. Just under 36 minutes, I should say, remaining in tonight's race number 1 here at Daytona International Super Speedway. The Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5 for the Split Decisions Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Pace car lights are out. We should see the green flag fly this time by. Trying to keep an ear out on race control and hear what the officials saying. Drivers hesitating to go double file just yet, trying to make sure everything's situated, make sure all the drivers are caught up and in the correct starting position to come back to the green flag here tonight. And to no surprise here tonight, Daytona International Super Speedway Cup Series drivers dominating the front of this field. Xfinity drivers mixed in right there with some Truck Series drivers, and I believe we may have a few of those Xfinity drivers mixed inside your top 10 as well. And pace car will be ducking off this time by. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. Ready to step back on the loud pedal. Green flag flies once again here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Great restart for that 4. As the 4 of Cersei trying to make it happen on that outside line. Still a little bit of A little bit of blinkiness going on back in the back of the pack. Big run on that outside pays off for Jason Chambers. He has Lucas Gortman right there with him. Barletta sitting in third. Brandon Shirley running just behind him. Looking to the outside now. Here comes Ridgeway. And it looks like more drivers down onto pit road smoking late in the going. Just 32 minutes remaining here tonight at Daytona International Superspeedway. Front of the field being led by Jason Chambers, and caution flag gonna fly once again here at Daytona International Superspeedway. Looks like we have had some trouble on track. Things gonna come back to a crawl back behind that Ford Mustang pace car. We'll continue to watch your race leaders as they slowly catch back up to the pace car. And there you see the smoke boiling across the track. Driver in trouble down on pit road. Looks like issues have been taken care of. But still some residual fog, a little bit of smoke there still coming, rolling across that front stretch and up into the grandstands. The field will catch up to the back of the Ford Mustang pace car. We find ourselves under caution for the second time here tonight in race number 1, the Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. Live here from Daytona International Superspeedway. Thanks for joining us once again, race fans. And I tell you what, while we have a moment, while we've got some time, let's see if we can't run down a little bit of your running order as we creep in on the final 30 minutes of tonight's race. And oh, we'll scratch that because the field all going to come to pit road this time by. Looks like everybody going to come to pit road this time by. So I tell you what, race fans, while that's happening, we'll see if we can't make sure everything's good in the background. We're going to break away for just another brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
Backtrack side once again here at Daytona International Superspeedway. Drivers have come back to pit road under the caution. There you see them passing on the front stretch. Still looks like we may have a little bit of issues out there. They may begin to calm themselves back down. Still trying to work things out over here on this end. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by here tonight, whether you're just stopping by or the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you join in tonight. Thanks for sticking it out with us. Thanks for staying all night here tonight for Split Decision Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. And it looks like server issues may be part of the problem. Trying to work through that still right now as we get ready to go back green flag racing. We'll wait to see if this all kind of fixes itself once we get that green flag once again. And as we find ourselves under caution, Tyler Rush was able to receive a lucky dog. He gets himself back onto the lead lap. That's going to bring us to 21 drivers now being scored on the lead lap. Pace car gonna duck away. We're set to go back green flag racing on the gas. Green flag back in the air here tonight at Daytona International Super Speedway. Drivers at the front of the field get off to a good jump. And it looks like still having some of those issues rear their ugly head back once again. We'll try to get it all worked out and sorted out once again, race fans. We do apologize. You know, sometimes the internet can't always control everything, so we do our best here, trying to do our best as we can here and continue the coverage from tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5 here at Daytona International Super Speedway in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. Jason Chambers continues to lead the field up here with your front pack. He's got Lewis Gortman, Ryan Johnson, as well as Thomas Ridgway right there with him in tow. Things still a little bit unsettled in the background. Still trying to work the final few little things that may be on our end, so working through them. Do appreciate each and every one of you race fans for sticking with us here tonight. And there you have it, coming right back, so we'll drop that back off one more time. See if we can't get this run down for you as this front pack begins to run down. More back markers here. Multiple drivers going down laps here tonight, and they are mixing it up at the front of this field. The Ford machine out to a good lead now, being pushed right behind them. We've got about a 6-car breakaway. There you see all of those drivers nose to tail down on the inside lane. One driver stuck to the high side trying to make his way back up inside the top spot, trying to make that outside work all by himself. That's going to be a tall task at hand to get that done all alone. Will he have anybody come to his aid? And no, looks like everybody gonna freight train him right down there on that inside lane. Gotta close the gaps before that man tries to squeeze in, and looks like it's there. Not gonna do it there. He's gonna be stuck left on the high side. Just one more lap. There you see a gap big enough. Diving down to the bottom now. Eight-car breakaway at the front of this field as we continue to click the minutes off here in tonight's 1.5 from Daytona International Super Speedway, presented by Ackerman Aviation Group in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2020. Still trying to make sure we've got everything worked out on our end, trying to get everything back to you. Some of it beginning to calm itself on out. Looks like some of it's beginning to smooth itself on down. And just as I say that, we continue to have a little bit of that go on. But there you see Jason Chambers, Lucas Gortman, Ryan Johnson, Thomas Ridgway, Chris Wheeler, all packed up with each other. There's Harley Barletta. Barletta leading multiple laps early in the race, and he is not out of it, coming to the aid of, I believe that is the 84 on the outside. Actually, that is Thomas Ridgway out there in that outside lane. Ridgway enjoying a big time push from Barletta. Side-by-side action at the front of the field. The 33 of Ridgway looking for the top spot. Big push by Harley Barletta. Can Barletta push that 33 to the front? He's going to lead that time by Barletta. Gonna make his way back to the front of the field after pushing the 33. The 33 almost had that race leader, did have it in hand for a lap or two, but then Barletta steals that away as we go three wide for just a brief moment as the front of the field makes their way around a back marker. Barletta trying to pick up where he left off before the stage. Caution, trying to lead a ton of laps again and trying to lead when it's the most important time, and that's at the end. And Barletta going to go to the top side. He's going to go around another back marker as your top 8 drivers, they just continue to pick them up and put them down. There you, oh my goodness. Oh, hard impact at the front of the field. That's going to take a few drivers out as well. Down off the raceway. Track is clear. We're going to stay green flag racing here at Daytona International Super Speedway. That's going to let some of your race leaders skate away just a little bit. And I say we're going to stay under green, but it looks like field may be coming to a slow. Barletta up at the front. He's got a 4.5 second advantage, but it does indeed look like he is bringing his cup machine to a slow After multiple cars involved in that latest incident, we'll find ourselves back under caution here for the third time tonight. Jason Chambers going to bring his 4 machine down to pit road, and that's going to allow Luke Smith to get himself one of his laps back. So Smith looking to capitalize on this late caution, as Jason Chambers as well as Thomas Ridgway, both drivers involved in your latest caution, both drivers on pit road. Barletta in a familiar spot, running right behind that Ford Mustang pace car. That means he is your race leader. Just behind him, driver sitting in the second position. There you go. Right there, that 85 being piloted by Brandon Shirley. Lucas Gortman running in third in the 17 machine. The 38 of Ryan Johnson sitting in fourth, and rounding out your top 5 under caution, Chris Wheeler. Race leader to pit road that time by. That's going to leave the 92 of Richard Mueller right there running in the top spot. Now he'll assume the race lead. Pace car lights have gone out on that Ford Mustang pace car. Looks like the 92 of Richard Remuller right there running in the top spot will have control over the start of this race. Nate Johnson sitting right there in second. Thomas Myers, Jason Lodrich, as well as Harley Balletta round out your top 5 in tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. Race number 1 here for the Split Decision Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021. And after that latest incident, looks like we have added a few more drivers to the list that are behind the pit wall. Started tonight's race with 39 drivers. We are down to just 31 drivers on track here tonight with just 19 left on the lead lap. Pace car ready to duck on off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. The 92 hits the gas and green flag flies once again here at Daytona International Speedway. And here comes the run from the back. Big move on the outside now, heading towards the front. Lucas Cortman with a huge run. He's going to take the lead on the outside with help from the 22 of Chris Wheeler. Those two just shoot out of a cannon down the back stretch. '17 now has the field in tow. The 22 right there on his tail end. And here comes Barletta once again. That 81 pressuring the front of the field. Driver in the 24 machine just behind him. Very familiar face at the front of this field. The 24 has been there all night long. Final few moments remaining here in tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5 in the front of the field, made up of Cup drivers to no surprise. The 17 now leading the field, has the 22 and the 81 in tow. Don't count the 24 out because he is right there in striking distance. We all know how hot and heavy, how heated it can be towards the end of one of these restrictor plate super speedway races. And we have ourselves another calamity, chaos filled final few laps here at Daytona International Super Speedway. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. Long train of cars, single file down by that double yellow line. Nobody brave enough to jump to the high side just yet. Now having to go to the high side. Back marker just in front of your lead pack. There you see that wounded truck keeping it low next to the double yellow line. Your top 9 drivers going to make their way around after a big time breakaway from the field on this latest restart. Looks like a few drivers now being shuffled through the pack, but the 17 continues to lead with the 22 and 81 in tow. Now looking to the outside, the 81 gets shuffled out from that third car spot. In line, anybody gonna go with that 81? He has been fast all race long, but looks like he is the lone wolf. No gap gonna open back up. Will the 81 put his car back in it? Or will he try to make that run on the high side work? There you see, coming through the tri-oval, he's going to stay to the high side. Now pull even with the 22. Looks like there is some help on the way. Drivers jumping out of line. Will it be in time for that 81 to try to capitalize with a big run on the outside? Almost touching. Coming off of turn number 2, the 22 gets a little sideways, almost into the 81. They keep it straight. Now the 81 battling for the race lead with the 17 side by side at the front of the field. We've got 2 rows double file. Once again, can the 24 put his DuPont Chevy Z01 Camaro up there and in the mix? 8-car breakaway continuing around the track here tonight. Just a final few moments remaining in tonight's Ackerman Aviation Group 1.5. Live here from Daytona International Super Speedway. And if you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And while you're at it, give yourselves a high five, because without you, there's no us. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by here tonight, whether you're the fan, friend, or family, or just the casual stopper buyer. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, coming across the stripe Once again, the 17 continues to have the field in tow. The 22 right behind him. 81 right there as well. I believe that is the 11 machine sitting right there in fourth. And we're starting to see a little bit of a breakaway because these drivers at the front beginning to mix it up a little bit more. Now the blocking's coming. 17 with a big move to block the run by the 81. That's going to shuffle the 22 to the high side. 17 has got to stay on that double yellow line. That is his best friend. Don't get caught up making the moves and jockeying around right now. Just stick it down to that double yellow line. Nobody can pass you to your inside. If you do so, make them go the long way around, and it looks like the train of cars get single file once again. Who's going to make the run in these final few minutes? How crazy will the end of this 1.5 hour timed event go? 3 different classes here in the Triple Threat 2021 Season 4. Split decisions racing, that's right. 3 different classes, 3 different divisions, all on track at the same time. We've got your Cup drivers as well as Xfinity. Don't forget those RV Gander Mountain outdoor truck drivers on track as well. And as to nobody's surprise out here, the horsepower just cannot be dealt with, cannot be contested. These Cup cars are the class of the field here tonight at Daytona International Super Speedway, but look for some of that to change. There's going to be some tracks that possibly these Xfinity cars may be able to run a little bit better at. Then you have, your great equalizers, your road courses, as well as your short tracks. Martinsville on the schedule here in season 2021, as well as Bristol Motor Speedway. The Roval, don't forget about the Roval coming up later on in the season here for SDR's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. 17 continues to try to lead the pack. He's got the 11 right behind him. Now is the 81 falling to the back on the outside. Big run coming by the 22. He's going to get to the bumper. He's out of shape through 3 and 4. That's going to slow that run down just a little bit. Now blocking, running to the outside to protect the run, opening up the inside. Man, what a run to the line that was. Outside lane looking like it's going to prevail. 17 with a move now. The 81 drops to the bottom. He's going to go to the front. New race leader once again. Driver sitting inside that 81 machine takes the top spot with a big push out of the 22. They'll slot right in front of that 17. Once again, the 11 and 24 right there in tow. The 38 driver right there, not wanting to forget about him. He's got a chance. He's right here at the front. A lot of positions jockeyed around, switched around that last time by. We continue single flag racing once again here at the front of the field. And it looks like issues popping back up again very sporadically here tonight. Still popping up nonetheless, but we do appreciate each and every one of you working with us, staying with us here tonight as we continue to try to work hard in the background to bring you all of the action here from the track. Barletta continues to lead. Wheeler, Gortman, Coleman'sberger sitting now inside the top 5, running in that 4th spot. Driver of the 11 machine, Coleman'sberger, continues to try to get up there and lead a lap or two. And as we continue to try to throw some graphics on screen to try to give you some idea of how it's all going down, there you see it, about 3 laps remaining for these drivers. That's all the time that they have left to try to get the job done. Will anybody go up there and snatch that race lead back from Barletta? And now the 17 looking to take it back to the high side, looking to come back to the front of the field. 2 laps now remaining here at Daytona International Super Speedway in the SDR Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. The Ackerman Aviation 1.5 has not disappointed. Race fans, look at this battle going on for the race win. Halfway down the backstretch, we've still got 8 drivers in a position to win tonight's race. Drivers making their way around some back markers. 2 and 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. White flag in hand, now in the air. Final lap here from Daytona International Super Speedway. Who's going to walk away with the race win? Oh my, what a race. What an end. Pushing at the front. 17 trying to make it work on the outside. Here comes the 81 to the bottom. Back to the bottom once again. The 81 of Barletta continues to try to take that top spot away, but 3 cars on the outside. The numbers, the momentum will work. 17 takes back over that top spot. Now looks to try to make the run to the high side, be the Pied Piper. Lap traffic on the last lap. That's going to work out for the man at the front. Oh my, big time move. 17 goes back to the bottom of the track. I thought that very well may be the end of tonight's race, but no, I believe we may have a lap or 2 still in our back pocket here before time runs out. Back off of turn number 4, back through the tri-oval. How many more laps will these drivers be able to put down before the final few seconds run down on tonight's race? Buying time right now. The 24 still slotted in just behind that 17. The 11 is in tow, as well as the 22 now looking to jump to the outside. Block being made, move to the inside. Here comes the run. They're going to shuffle the 17 out in a big move there down the backstretch to capture the lead. The 24 now moves to the front for the first time. He's got the 11 in tow, the 22 third car in line. Back behind him, the 81. Big move around the 17 to take the race lead. We'll have another lap to go in big time traffic now in front of your race leaders. Oh my, 3 wide, back markers everywhere, 4 wide. 24 gets turned at the front. Big pile up off of turn number 2. That's a lot of drivers at the front of the field involved in this one. Oh my goodness, race fans. That couldn't have came at a worse time for a lot of the drivers. We'll check in with the timing and scoring tower. Let's see who now has control over this race lead. And Dave Gilbert in the 7 machine looking to capitalize on the calamity late. Gilbert, man, oh man, it's falling right into his hands. And looking at the timing and scoring information being sent over, looks like the drivers are staying in the gas, so that very well may have been a last lap incident. We may see the end of tonight's race. And Dave Gilbert, he enjoys quite a big gap, and that very well may be the end of tonight's race. Gilbert gonna cross the line. I think that has put an end to it all here tonight, and I believe walking away with your race win will be that driver on track, driver on screen, Dave Gilbert. Man, oh man, what a time to get it all done. What a time to get to the front, and yes, indeed, walking away after a last lap accident on track, walking away with the race win. There you see him, man of the moment, driver of the 7, Dave Gilbert. Joining Gilbert on the front stretch, multiple other drivers, your winners in their respective classes, right there joining this man on screen for their victory celebration. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief commercial break, get things set up for your post-race interviews as all of these drivers celebrate on track. There you see your highest finisher out of the Xfinity class, sitting in that Raise Energy 56 machine, Mike Taylor. Walking away with the truck win, the 44 machine of Vinny Tabby right there, enjoying his celebrations as well. That Xbox Chevy Silverado looking pretty down there doing those donuts. So with that being said, race fans, we'll now step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all your post-race interviews live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And back trackside, as promised, as the conclusion of tonight's race has unfolded. What a run to the end that was, my goodness. And walking away with the Truck Series victory, driver of that 44 machine. Let's see if we can't get in a word with Vinny Tabby. Let's see if we can't get a hold of the driver of that 44 machine, trying to see if we can't get it all worked out here. Not looking like we're able to pull them, so we'll just go down here to We'll just go down here to the Victory Lane booth where all of these drivers are sitting at, having fun right now, talking about their races. Let's see if we can't talk with your truck class winner, driver of the 44 machine, Vinny Tabby. How you doing, man?
Great. Not really used to being here.
Walk us through a little bit of your race tonight. How crazy was it out there at times with all the other cars around you?
It's a completely different experience. I mean, especially in the trucks when you're like the slowest class of cars out there. You always have to have your eye on the rearview mirror because those cop cars come up on you really fast.
Now, mentioning that they come up on you very fast, is there enough, or is there too much of a difference, I should say, for when they do get there for you to be able to jump out maybe and snag a little bit of that draft, sniff a little bit of it, and possibly stay with them, get a little bit of ground made up on the rest of the guys you're racing?
Oh yeah, I mean any time in plate racing when there's something in front of you, you can feel it. The Xfinity cars punch a bigger hole of air, but the cars you can definitely feel it and definitely get a little bit of an advantage when they pass you.
All right, my man. Well, Vinny, walking away with the race win here to start the season. That's got to feel good to start your season off in the right direction. So congratulations on the top spot here in the truck class. Before we let you go and enjoy the celebrations all throughout the night, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that truck?
I definitely want to thank Dave for hosting this league and all the other admins to make this possible. And I want to thank Tyler Rush for the awesome livery for my truck. So if you need a livery for your vehicle, hit up Turtle Shells.
All right, well, there you have it. Final few words from the driver finishing in the top spot in the truck class. That was the driver of the 44 machine, Vinny Tabby. We'll move on with an interview now with the driver taking the top spot in the Xfinity class, Mike Taylor. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm actually speechless in this one.
Why is that, man?
So, coming off of an awesome season last season, getting second points, Kevin Bernheimer, he beat me out last year. And come back today, man, final lap, I go, Kevin, where you at? He goes, I'm on first place, and I can make it to the end. I was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have pitted. And then out of the blue, I come around the start-finish line, and I see the relative change to win. I'm like, what the heck did I just miss? I found out that Kevin got dumped, and, oh, man, I didn't think I was going to win this one.
Well, man, however you get it done, the fact still remains you got it done. As I asked your fellow driver here, how's it feel to start the season off with that race win? Does it take any pressure off of you looking forward down throughout the rest of the season?
Absolutely not. The guys that I'm running with, Thomas Myers, Kevin Bernheimer, like I said, Andy Turner, all these guys I ran in the trucks against for the championship last season, and they're really tough competitors. Just because I win, that doesn't mean anything, man. These guys are going to go nonstop until the final race, and hopefully I'll be there for the Final Four once again.
Well, once again, congratulations, Mike, on a great start to the season, a great run to begin the season, snatching the win for the Xfinity class here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on the side of that? That's a pretty Raise Energy Camaro.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually just got this pinned up, and they got put on trading paints about 10 minutes before the race started. You guys go to repsports.com, get yourself some Raise Energy. It's very good out there. You can get 15% off. Put Taylor2113 as your code, 15% off. I don't think Dave, he put on a really good race again. I'm excited I'm in this league. And Bill Percy, thank you for pushing me. Wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't win. And then you just got to thank my wife. So thank you, and love you, babe. Let's get the rest of the season done.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on the great start to the season, and we'll look forward to catching up with you later on throughout the year. There you have it, driver that finished top of his class in the Xfinity Series. Driver inside of that 56 Raise Energy Camaro, Mike Taylor. Well, that's going to bring us to your race winner, overall winner of tonight's race. Behind the wall right now. There you go. There's the man on screen, driver inside of that 7 machine, Dave Gilbert. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
The Dave and Dave show. I like the ring of that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, man, walk us through that final lap or two that we had here tonight. Did you think it was going to happen in front of you and it was just going to fall in your lap kind of the way it did?
Yeah, I ran towards the back of the pack the whole race. I had the speed I felt, but I just felt comfortable just running towards the back, watching everything happen in front of me. I didn't feel like I needed to lead. But like about 3 or 4 laps to go, we were passing some Xfinity cars, and the Cup cars checked up, and I think I got some nose damage because of it. But I couldn't keep up with the pack anymore. I was struggling to keep up with the pack, but I'm like, you know what? This might be a good thing, and sure enough, it was.
Well, man, starting the race off, as you heard me speaking to your colleagues here in the booth, starting the season off with a win, what kind of monkey does that take off of your back? How much pressure is relieved knowing that your name's already in the victory column?
Quite a bit. Last year we started this league off, and I was in the truck series, and this league you have to work your way up to Cup. I was in the truck series. I won at Daytona, and I worked my way into Xfinity last year, but then I was able to, I finished well enough in Xfinity. I finished second in points in Xfinity, so then I got promoted to Cup, and this is my very first race in this Cup car in this league. So, yeah, I started it off with a bang. I'm excited about it. But it could have happened. I got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for being there with me.
Indeed, and he was definitely with you there in those final few laps. The smoke clearing, you coming out of it all at the front of the field, walking away with the race win. So congratulations once again on your first win here in the season, first win in the car. Before we let you go and enjoy the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that 7 car?
Yeah, I want to thank Ackerman Aviation Group for sponsoring the race. We need them sponsors, to keep this league going. Butt Kicker, Turtle Shells, them guys that came on and sponsored our league. I want to thank Turn 3 Racing Network for broadcasting, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. And your great broadcast that you guys put out there, it's only going to help this league grow bigger and bigger. I want to thank my wife and my family for being amazing. And yeah, that's all I have.
All right, man. We'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your celebrations here tonight. Congratulations on a great way to start the season, and we'll look forward to catching up with you a little later on in the year.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Thank you very much.
There you have it. Final few words from the driver that walked away. Your overall winner in the Cup Series class. Driver of the 7, Dave Gilbert. With that being said, race fans, that pretty much puts an end to tonight's race. Not very much left for us to do here at the track. We'll begin to roll up some of these cords. But before we go, there you hear the familiar sound in the background. That means producers ready to run down tonight's race results. And let's see how she goes overall race results. Look, a little something like this, taking the overall top spot, driver of that 7 machine, Dave Gilbert. Driver in the 24 gonna slot home in second. Ryan Johnson in third. Lucas Gortman fourth. Chris Wheeler in fifth. Harley Barletta leading a handful of laps but walking away in sixth. James Coleman'sberger in seventh. Tyler Rush in eighth and ninth. Brandon Shirley, Mike Taylor gonna finish in 10th. William Percy in 11th. The 92 of Richard Mueller in the 12th spot. Kayla McCarthy in 13th. 14th goes to Jonathan Cross. Brendan Youngman gonna finish in 15th. Luke Smith walks away in 16th. 17th goes to the 4 of Jason Chambers. The 77 of Thomas Myers gonna walk away in the 18th spot here tonight. Overall, finishing in the 19th spot, Ken Bernheimer. The 20th spot goes to the 84 of Jason Loftridge. Andy Turner gonna walk away from the track in 21st. 22nd goes to Nate Turner. Colin Johnson gonna finish in 23rd. 24th goes to Vinny Dabby. Michael Glitchell gonna finish in 25th. The 14 of Michael Hayward slotting home in 26th. 27th goes to Mark Eckerman. Patrick Anderson gonna finish in 28th. 29th goes to Thomas Ridgway. Greg Deitch gonna finish in 30th. 31st goes to Cody Parker. Mike Smith walking away from Daytona International Super Speedway in the 32nd spot. 33rd goes to Jeffrey Ramsdell. Joe Harleman gonna finish in 34th. Chris Glick finishing in the 35th position. 36th to Elijah Travis. Jacob Hirsch right there in 37th. 38th, John Nichols, and rounding out the field here tonight, William Klingerbell. See if we can't give you some class results here tonight. Doesn't look like the class results gonna work for us here tonight, so we'll get that all sorted out as well for next time. Race fans, once again, thank you for tuning in all race long, sticking it out through some of the troubles. And with that being said, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate each and every one of you stopping by, whether you're just the casual stopper by, fan, friend, or family. We appreciate each and every one of you. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll see you in Turn 3.